Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we've got a break 90 episode. I'm gonna give you tips as I play on how to break 90. Let's hop into it. First tip here is, it's a short par 4, only 317. I realistically can't get there with my driver, so I'm gonna do the smart thing and hit a 3 hybrid. And I'm gonna aim a little left of the 150 stake out there as an alignment point because it funnels a little to the right. And I've got a club that I'm pretty accurate with. We missed where we thought we might miss, but it bounced left when it should have bounced right. That said, we still got a clear shot to the green. And another tip here is the pin's tucked on the front and it's 83 to the pin. So I'm gonna try and hit this at least 88, if not 90, just to be on the safe side. It's not a very inviting shot because I'm short-sided to a front pin. There looks like there's a little bit of a backboard. I don't think the greens are fast enough that it's gonna roll back. The point here is when you're in this situation and you just got like a kind of a 3/4 lob wedge, get it on the green is the first priority, and then see what happens after that. And if we happen to shove it a little to the right, so I'm gonna aim actually left of where the bunker is. So it's a good probably 20 feet left of the pin. If I go right of that, that means I shoved it, and I might shove it a little bit because of the lie, but I'm gonna try and account for that. The tip here is when you're this close, get it on the green, and that's gonna keep you, at worst, you're gonna make bogey if you 3-putt. So, and the goal is to break 90. It's a very strategic way to play. So good thing I aimed left. I missed the bunker. It's on the green about where I was aimed. Gonna have a long putt for birdie, but you know, pretty confident I'm gonna make par from there. So, all right, so we got about a 35-foot putt. It's really undulated. I gotta go about like 7 feet and then it goes straight down the hill. So I'm gonna aim way out right, try and die it. Not to get overexposed on tips this early, but like with this putt, you obviously don't wanna leave it short of the precipice, but you also don't wanna run it, you know, off the green. So the first objective is to make sure we get it down the hill and we're not still putting from up here. So I'm gonna aim a little bit further right than I probably have to. So it'll take a longer route and it'll probably kill it more that way too when it comes down the hill, or it should kill it more. I didn't throw it out far enough. So we got about a 6-footer here. It's gonna go a little left to right. See if we can pour this in for a good start and get a par. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, I'm gonna go in. All right, so we played safe, made a bogey. Obviously we wanna break 90. If we bogey every hole, I think out here we'd break 90 because I think it's a par 71. We're gonna try and play like a par 17 and make sure we beat 89 or 90. Not too bad of a start. I just kind of probably played a little too safe on the second shot. It's all right, we'll get it back on the next one. You go.
I gotta see it. We gotta see it.
Uh-oh. Pressure's on. All right, it's like a 230-yard par 3, slightly uphill. Gonna aim for that bunker right of the pin. See if I can't get it on the green from there. Oh! Thought that was gonna be better. Hit that limb.
Oh, yeah.
But you too, man.
You too.
So I thought we got to the bunker, but we're a little bit short of it. Hit a tree limb, knocked it down. It's kind of not a clear shot for a par 3. There's a branch on the tee box hanging over, but I'm gonna hit this one up and see if we can't make par. It's pretty good. I think that was close, man. We thought it was a really good shot. Went a little deep, which is fine. About a 20-foot putt for par. So we're trying to break 90, make no worse than bogey, and move on to the next hole. All right. Bogey it is. So on pace for 90. Sure, we'll get some pars here in a second. I think the important thing on both of these holes was the shot into the green was don't get cutesy with it. Make sure you get it on the green. Don't make a big mistake and leave it in one of these deeper bunkers that are really hard to get up and down out of. All right, so this one, it's par 4, 410. We're gonna hit driver. We got plenty of room up there to hit driver. An alignment tip, I put 2 clubs down to show kind of like a gate that I'm trying to go through. Obviously you can't do that while you're playing, but it's just something that if you got used to doing, it would be something that, and visualizing it, it helps from an alignment standpoint. And then I also line my ball up that way. I gotta go get a tee. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna tee my ball up right in between it. And then to make it complete, we're gonna pick something way out in the distance. There's a tree that's got 2 trees and there's 2 stumps. I'm gonna aim for the second stump and I'm gonna line up the stripe on my ball, be directly where I wanna hit it. And with this other, just kind of helps you get aligned more. And like I said earlier, you obviously can't do that in competition, but it's a good visualization. You can play in your mind, help you get lined up correctly. All right, so we went a little left into that mud, but I saw it bouncing in there, so go find it. All right, we got about 190. I'm gonna hit a 5-iron, just try and get it up there near the green. My line is just right of those pine trees off in the distance. That's pretty good, Jen. Just don't know if it's the right club or not, but we should be around the green. See if we can't get up and down for a par. So we hit a good shot. Somehow we went over the green a little bit. Once again, we got another weird elevation, about maybe 15 feet from the hole, drops down again. So we're gonna have to hit a chip that gets past that ridge and hopefully not too much past it. There's also a little bit of a backboard, but I'm for safety and to break 90, I would always recommend playing a low shot when you can, when you're chipping. So we're gonna hit a low shot and see if we can't, we're gonna hit it firm enough to make sure it gets down the hill and not get too cutesy with it. But the point is just to get it on the green, get it somewhere in the vicinity to see if we can't make a, you know, something from less than 10 feet for par. And for this, I like to do toe down chipping. Helps me keep it a little bit lower. I can use more of a putting stroke. Ooh, and I think we hit a really good one there, Jen. Jen! Oh, see it?
Yeah, I saw the tail end of it.
Oh, it was about an inch outside. I think we got a tap in here for par.
You never know.
No, I know we got a tap in.
There you go.
Par! All right. Another tip when you're trying to break 90, what I used to do when I was first starting to play and I got a little bit good where I make reasonable contact with the ball, me and my buddies started to do bogey golf, but we'd say like, so now I'm 1 under bogey golf. So you kind of feel like you're playing like a tour player would. So for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna do it in relation to bogey. So we're gonna say I'm 1 under bogey golf. Let's go on to the next hole and see what we do there. So this hole's 370. It's pretty straightforward. Like when I come to a hole, it's like 370. Anything under 400, I'm trying to think, you know, do I need to hit a 3 hybrid or a 3 wood or something instead? But on this one, it's pretty wide open up there. And then if you get closer to the green, the rough isn't that penal. So I'm just gonna try and get as close as I can and hit driver. I think most of the stats say you're supposed to hit driver as much as possible. So instead of thinking that way, that was limiting and where I was trying to play to that 150 stake or just inside it. Since there's no real apparent danger until you get up to the green, I think driver's the right play to get closer to the hole. All right, so we went a little bit right of the fairway, but once again, the rough's not really thick over there. And I think we'll actually have a good angle coming back up into the pin. No harm, no foul, and we're closer to the green than we would have been if we hit like a hybrid or a 4-iron or a 5-iron. All right, so we got 89 yards, similar to the first hole. I did test the limits of where it was safe to hit it, but I really kind of shoved that one. But you know, we got like a 90-yard shot. Once again, though, the pin's in the front, so I'm gonna play it for about 95. So I'm gonna have to severely mishit it to be short. Just on front pins in general, you wanna add 5 to 10 yards just to make sure you get over all the danger. You know, at my level, your level, unless you're a pro, you don't wanna really mess with that front pin. It causes more problems for you score-wise than you would think. So we're just gonna hit a nice full 58 degree, see if we can't get one close, and worst case scenario, just be a little bit past the pin. All right, so we hit a really good shot. Guess we got about about 6.5 feet, slightly uphill, Looks like a little left to right. These greens are not very fast, so we'll try to be a little firm with it. See if we can't get a birdie here. Tweet, tweet, motherfucker! Okay, so made birdie there. So that's 2 under bogey golf. So with the 1 under from before, we're 3 under bogey golf, 1 over for the real round. You know, sometimes like I was playing for that to get past because I thought the pin was tucked up there, but I ended up getting up there and it was sort of in the middle and it was like perfect distance. Sometimes you get lucky by default when you hit to these safe areas. So can't recommend that you take a good aim point that increases your outcome or probability of success more. Because like I thought I hit it like 5 yards too far and it was perfectly pin high. So lesson learned there. All right, so the 5th hole, par 5, I think it's around 500, a little over 500 yards. I'm gonna try and hit a little draw. See those geese, I'm gonna kind of aim there and draw it back, and then it also feeds back. So another tip, I hope I'm not overloading you guys, but since you have that slope to help you out, I'd just rather hit over there and then most likely gravity's gonna take it back into the fairway. I think that's another good tip is let the terrain be your friend when you're hitting shots. See how you can use that to your advantage. Right down the middle. So we got about 210. It looks like there's a lot of construction up there. I haven't played this course in a while. Can't remember, there might be a lake or a pond down there. I think it's actually just behind it. So we're gonna go ahead and hit a 2 hybrid and see if we can't get on the green in 2 on this par 5. Once again, my aim point's gonna be a good 15 yards right of the flag because there's a bunker on the left and then one up front. But I'm okay with being in either one of the bunkers. I just don't wanna be over. It landed right of the green, but I think it might have kicked left back onto the green or just up in the collar. So pretty good shot. We might find that there was water in front and I probably shouldn't have hit that shot, but we'll see when we get up there. All right, so we hit a really good shot. Must have landed on the green. We're about probably 50, 60 feet away. Another green with a good bit of undulation, but not like that chip shot 2 holes ago. So, you know, the goal here is just make a 2-putt. If somehow the eagle goes in, great. Let's try and make our birdie and go on to the next hole. Ooh, that's gonna be good, Jen. It's gonna be good. Stop, right there. It's coming. It's coming, man. Ooh. Tweet, tweet, motherfucker. That's 2 in a row, guys. So it's getting hard to keep up with this on the bogey golf. So that's 4, 5 under bogey golf. This was the 5th hole, okay, and I'm even now, right? So yeah, so 5 under bogey golf. Looks like I'm on pace for a 59 or something on bogey golf, but all right, so par 5, like I said, a little short. It's wide open up there, so I'm just gonna hit another driver, hopefully put another one in play and see if we can't make another birdie and get our turkey. Broadway, Jen. We got 218. We hit a great shot down the middle of the fairway. We are gonna smash 90, obviously, but to help you guys at home, this approach shot, big bunker to the right, pin's kinda on the left. Yeah, and I know technically that'd be short-sighted, but it's pretty flat up there. So the goal is to aim left, stay away from the bunker, and if I get it up on the flat part up there, even if I miss the green, it's gonna be an easier up and down. I might even can putt it. So we're gonna try and aim a little left, let the slope maybe push it a little right naturally, and you know, try and get pin higher on the green. Keep the birdie streak alive. Hold it way more than I need it to. However, it's gonna be just fine. I don't know if it's an easy up and down because I pulled it so much. Gonna anticipate we have less than 10 feet for birdie after this. So. We thought we would be short-sighted a little bit on the left, but we couldn't tell the green jutted all the way out. So I've actually got plenty of green. I can still hit what I prefer is like a relatively low shot. Hopefully get it, you know, within 5 feet. Worst case, like I said, probably shouldn't be worse than about 10 feet, hopefully. But let's go, we'll see what we can do here. Ooh. Oh shit. I didn't need to apply it that far, but I think we got about 10, 12 feet. I might have gone outside the 10 feet bogey, or target, I should say, not bogey. Confuse golf terms with just regular terms. Be overloading the tips, but here's another one real quick. I can be sometimes lazy about reading greens, but since I chipped it past the hole and I'm walking up on it, I like to cheat a little bit and get the read from the other side by coming up this way. So it's definitely gonna go right to left. 12 feet. So we didn't hit the 10-foot bogey, but or target. I think it's gonna sweep pretty hard, Jen. Kind of like in the worst video without the bumps.
Yeah.
But like when it gets to like, I don't know, right in here, although they're kind of slow, but I think it's gonna snap off right there. Oh, just need to hit it a tad harder.
There goes the turkey.
I had a special new thing to do if we make 3 in a row, but we didn't do it. So gonna have to wait until it happens, I guess. Does it count if I just make 3, or do I have to make 3 in a row for the
3 in a row
for the signature for that? Yeah, I think it's got to be 3 in a row. It's a bowling reference if anybody can figure it out. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot better opportunities unless we're playing out here. These 2 par 5s are pretty easy back to back. This isn't so much a tip, but a superstition. I don't like to hit off of a par 3 unless I can find a broken tee. I just feel like I have better luck that way. Feel free to cut that out because it sounded kind of gay, but I'm okay with it. Anybody has a son that plays baseball or played baseball, they're superstitious. That's where it started for me, and it continues throughout life. So it's about 98 yards. It's gonna hit a nice smooth 58 degree, hopefully similar to the one a couple holes ago when we started the 2 birdie streak. See if we can't have another shot at birdie here. Oh, Jen. Oh, it's left. Get up. All right, 12, 15 feet. Ready for some more action here? 15 feet, maybe 15 and a half. Kind of steal that from Bryson. I see him stepping it off, and I don't know, maybe it's subconsciously it helps me. I think I get my speed dialed in better. So I got 15 feet, a little bit right to left. I'm gonna play it about a cup outside the right lip. See if we can't drip one in. I early called it. I thought it was gonna snap a little bit more at the end. I'm really shocked that didn't break in there. I think it might be the greens are, got a little rain last night. So sometimes it'll kind of skip or glide a little bit on the wet, dewy green. But anyway, it's a good putt. Key to breaking 90, 80, getting down to scratch, which I haven't done yet, but I'm pretty close, is stress-free pars like that. And you know, some of those will drip in along the way. We're playing pretty good right now, so let's keep it up, Jen. And so the 8th hole, par 4, 406, little right to left. The only real danger is this bunker on the left. I think that actually kind of shortens it, so if I went into that, I think I'm okay. But I'm gonna try and aim like I did on the other par 5. I'm gonna aim towards that tree out there and draw it inside of it, hopefully, and then if it still goes that direction, gravity will take it back down to the fairway. Everything will be good. Once again, it's kind of a wide open fairway, and then the little rough that's out there looks like the fairway, so I'm not really worried about beating in the rough today out here. All right, Jen. Nice and smooth like on the driving range, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. A little Kool-Aid there. So good drive. We got about 127 into another front pin. Gonna try and hit it about 135-ish. There's another ridge there, so hopefully not past that. And if it hits that, maybe it'll roll back a little bit. Since I'm inside of 130, pretty much gonna aim right at it because it's kind of got equidistance right or left of the flag. And since I've got a wedge, a gap wedge in my hand, it's a smaller dispersion club, so I'm okay with aiming right at it on this short of a shot. All right, I chunked the crap out of that, but it looks like it's just short of the green. Should be relatively benign up and down opportunity. So let's see if we can get it. A good bit shorter than I thought. I thought we were more up by that bunker, but who knows, it rolled back down this hill. I do have, even though it's a little wet out here, I think I can still hit it short of the green and try and hit a lower one and get it kind of close to the green, or I mean to the hole. But once again, we're trying to break 90. So I'm gonna make sure I hit it hard enough to get to the green. Even if it ends up being like a 20-foot putt, I'd rather be putting than trying to get up and down for bogey. Goal is to get it on the green at all costs. And once again, I'm gonna do, it's kind of a tight lie, so I'm gonna do the toe down chipping. Use the bounce, just usually leads to a better strike, and if you miss it a little bit, you can get away with it. Oh, oh, oh. I can't believe it carried that far. But anyway, mission accomplished. We got it on the green. Thought it would check up a little bit better than that. Kind of skidded on up and got on top of that second ridge that I was trying to stay short of. So it skidded kind of up this hill, but we got it on the green, probably about 30 feet. It's gonna swing pretty hard left to right, and it's downhill all the way. So we're just gonna try and cozy it up there, escape with our bogey on this hole. Oh, it's not swinging. But we hit the right distance, stress-free bogey on this one. Where I screwed up was on the second shot, but you're gonna hit one fat every now and then. I don't think I've missed any of those other iron shots, so. All right, so 9th hole par 4, 426 according to the scorecard in the block there. It dog legs to the right, water to the right and short. I'm just gonna make sure I aim a good 20 to 15 yards left, if you can see the candy cane 150 marker. As long as I go left of that, don't mess with the water at all. No point in trying to also throw a draw out over that. Kind of in between on my driver right now. I think I can fade and draw it a little bit, but I'm just gonna like try and play a pretty much straight shot, maybe a slight fade. Start it off of that middle hump and hopefully bleed it back towards the 150 stake. All right, here we go, Jen. Right down the middle again, right?
All right, hole in one.
Yeah. All right, should be good. Get a little bit more right. We played the safe shot. That's always a priority for me, is in assessing what direction to go and what shot to take is, you know, if I try to draw it over the water and back in, you know, I'm just increasing my opportunity to go in the water and get a 2-shot penalty. Aim left, you know, and this is a good one for the bogey golf or breaking 90. Stay away from the penalty shots and just keep on advancing it down the fairway. When you get up near the green and 2, if you're not on a par 4, just make sure you get on the green and 2-putt. Bogeys are okay. Scoring's not about making more birdies. It's about not making doubles and triples and quads and things like that. You'll naturally make some pars where you shouldn't. If you can just make sure you're not making doubles, should be relatively easy to break 90. All right, so we've got about 157 to the pin. There's a bunker back, water to the right. I've got an 8-iron. I'm just gonna try and hit it. I'm not even gonna really much aim at the green that much, crazy as that sound. Now I think I'm gonna aim a little bit right of the pin, but I'm gonna fully expect, I hit a draw with my irons typically, that it'll probably draw back and be a little bit left of the pin. I just don't want to mess around with the water and potentially, you know, getting like a double bogey or something. So I'm going to try and aim, you know, a little bit right of the pin, draw it back, and worst case scenario would be like pin high, a little left of the green. And we overprotect it, but we're not in the water. All right, so safety first on this shot. Like, I didn't want to go in the water. Started a little left to where I intended, and then I drew it some. And I am short-sighted, but it's kind of flat. It is wet today. Like, if this was in a couple of weeks with no rain, it would be really easy where I could kind of bump and run it up there. But I did go up there and check. I'm going to try and land it about 5 to 3 yards short of the green. I think it's firm enough up there, even though it's a little damp, that it should go forward and hopefully give us the best chance of getting one close to the hole without taking on too much risk. There's not a lot of rough or anything out here and kind of tight lies, so I'm going to do the toe down chipping, keep it relatively low, and see if I can't bounce it just before the green and get it up there close. Perfection. Oh, we yanked it. Let's so a little bit of a lackluster finish there. 2 over, 7 under for bogey golf. I think we're well on our way to break 90. Shouldn't have been that bad, hard for me, but I hope some of these tips, to me, it's just using the right strategies that optimize your ability to not make a big score. It's not about making, 10 birdies or something. It's avoiding the big numbers is the real trick. 180, gonna hit a 6-iron. Should be enough to get past the pin and get over all the bunkers. So I'm just gonna aim a little right, maybe like 10 yards right of the pin, draw it back towards the pin. It's a nice little gap there to the middle of the green. Oh. Nothing like a clanky winner. 7 or 8 feet. This is one I would say would be a sort of a gimme, but it's pretty side hill, so we're gonna have to work a little to make this birdie. Woo! Tweet, tweet, motherfucker! That's 3 and 10 holes, bitches. Par 4, it's like 370-ish. I'm just gonna aim straight out there. There's a big gap out there. It's like 270 to those hills. Figure if I somehow go that far, it's gonna roll back in, but I'll probably, get to the end of the fairway. There you go. Yeah, it went over that bunker. Should be in good shape. So we're gonna have to hustle here. We caught up to a foursome. They're gonna let us play through. I've got 160. Gonna hit a smooth 8-iron. Looks like I want to stay away from the left, so there's a ball up there about 20 feet right of the flag. I'm gonna try and aim at that and draw it back a little bit. All right, just short and right. Not sure if I left myself in a great spot, but we'll see what we get when we get up there. Ah, tried to.
What are you doing, documentary or somebody in particular?
I started I'm making a mobile app for golf.
Okay.
And it's not like just a golf GPS, it's also a caddie app. So you put in your yardages and stuff and it'll tell you how to play the hole with proper golf course management. Okay. It just gives you the whole game plan, and wherever you go to that course, download it, and then we'll put in how you should play each hole. And then when you get off pace, if we know you're deep in the rough, we'll say chip out and stuff like that.
Just for these courses or all over?
There's like 39,000 courses. I've got like an API provider that gives me all the data. And then when you select the course, it just populates everything.
Very nice.
Thanks. That's not Dr. J. Dr. J used to be out here though.
Well, yeah, he used to be part owner at one point.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Yeah. Good luck with the golf thing.
Yeah, if you check it out, it's SwingWise.ai is the website. Instead of .com.ai. We just played through a foursome. Thought I saw Dr. J. It's not Dr. J, but I think they know Dr. J probably because of the way they're talking. But anyway, just trying to get through the next hole, but I'm gonna hit driver here. It's a little tight, but I don't think it's anything that would preclude me from hitting driver. I've been hitting good today, so I think it's probably about a 370-yard par 4. See if we can't hit one down the middle. Jen, I do better when I tell you I'm gonna hit it, so I'm gonna start it left of the 150 stake, cut it back to the middle of the fairway a little bit. Like clockwork, hit it. All right, we got 95 yards. Hit a good drive out here in the middle, just like I told Jen was gonna happen. Got another 58 degree. So the first thing I do when I look at the shot, where's the danger? Danger's right in the bunker, even though it's a short club. I'm gonna aim kinda at it because it's left of the bunker. But I might be aiming just a little bit left of it just for safety's sake. Try and get one up there close, see if we can't make another birdie. That was god awful, Jen. So we totally screwed that one up. That was a really bad, fat, like 20 yards short. Now I'm short-sided. The recommendation or tip here is just get it on the green. I'm gonna aim pretty much right at it, maybe a little left again, and not get too cutesy with it. Try and hit it about, I don't know, 2 or 3 yards past the pin, just to make sure we can two putt for bogey. we might have a makeable par putt. All right, we got about 13 feet left or right. See if we can't scare the hole on this one, if not make it. Oh, we didn't hit it. I think I got scared at the last second. All right, bogey, which, you know, not the end of the world. I think these tips are like helpful for me. You know, everybody's a different skill level, but you know, if you're picking out good aim points, hitting close to pin high on your shots, kind of the high level gist of it. You know, there are things that work for anybody, no matter what your skill level is. You'll definitely lose less balls and you'll definitely have less penalty shots doing this. So, and it should equate into lower scores. Got a par 3, 135 with the slope down the hill. Gonna hit a smooth pitching wedge. Pretty much gonna aim right at it. I just wanna make sure I get it to the green. Oh, starting to push it, Jen. I think it's about pin high, but I just missed the green. Hopefully it's not gonna be too tricky, but it might be. So we didn't leave ourselves in the best spot. I honestly didn't think this was an outcome that could happen. I thought I'd just be there somewhere or on the green. We're gonna aim out to the right a little bit and see if we can catch the slope and kick it back down to the pin. Once again, the cardinal sin is if I flub it or something. So I'm just gonna do my best to make sure it lands on the green and then stays on the green and see if we can't make the next putt after that. It's pretty good, Jen. Break, break, break. All right. Got a tweener, we're gonna have to make that one. I don't think that's gimme range. All right, so we made a par save on the last one. This one's like only 316. It kind of widens up by the bend, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit a driver. I think that's plenty of room for me, and I'll get it closer to the hole. I will continue with the Jen. I'm gonna start it just inside the bunker and cut it back, and should be in the middle of the fairway up there. My hand even came off the club.
Not the trunk.
I don't know if I can do that dance. A little awkward looking. Plus, this is a non-political channel. We're not trying to get anybody mad at us. All right, so we got about 115. You know, it's kind of hard to tell if the pin's in the middle or towards the front, but we're gonna aim for the middle of the green. The middle of the green is 115. The pin's probably like 110, 108, something like that, but we're gonna play to 115, make sure we get past all the trouble up there. Should be pretty good. Think about the right distance, so maybe we can get a tweeter, get this thing back to closer to par. I think we're 3 over now, is that right?
I have no idea.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
That's what the scorecard's for, right?
Leave it to post.
So we thought we hit a better shot than we did, but you know, the goal is to get past the danger and minimize making a big number. I guess we got about a 40-foot putt. Uphill then downhill. It's gonna take some concentration to get this down in 2. Could be good, roll out. You cannot stop on top of a hill. All right, I thought that was gonna roll out more, but still pretty good putt from there. Oh.
That was with authority.
Yep, that's what I was trying to do on this one, but it's just weird. Not sure if it's a par 4, par 5. It widens out past the tree line there, and I don't think I can get to the bunkers, so I'm just gonna hit a driver. Been hitting good all day. What do we like on this one? We wanna draw it or we wanna cut it?
Cut it.
We'll go cut shot for Jen. Oh, there's the straight ball with maybe a haircut. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm in the parking lot and say, hey, y'all stole my rangefinder, motherfucker. Tweet, 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 tweet this, motherfucker. All right, so we got about 77 up the hill. I'm gonna try and do a little punchy 54. I'll flight it a bit and see if I can't get it somewhat close. Once again, there's trouble to the right. So the tip is I'm gonna make sure, if anything, I pull it a little bit, just in case I don't make perfect contact. But kind of like this shot, so I'm gonna see if I can get it tight. Get up just a touch. Oh! All right, started bragging too early. I was about 10 yards short of what I thought I hit it, but I caught it really crisp. I think I'm still in a good spot to get up and down. I just thought I was gonna have like a 8-foot birdie putt. All right, so I got a little excited on the last one. I thought I hit a really good shot, which I did. I just didn't hit it hard enough. Now Jen just posed a little challenge to me. It's uphill. I mean, there's not a ton of green to work with, but it's uphill, so I can fly it onto the green and it'll stop. So we're gonna see if we can chip it in for Jen. I don't know, you haven't seen a real chip in, have you? Because you've only been on the golf course with me, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't chipped one in yet.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can do it. Oh, I thought that would kick right more, but it's a little short, but still a good shot. Uphill putt for par. Oh. I think a key takeaway is make sure your aim points are really aiming away from danger, and then if you got danger on both sides, like we did on 9, aim for the one that is the least penalizing, right? So like if you go in a bunker, I believe that's like a 1.5 to 1 stroke penalty on stroke gains, and if you do a, obviously a water's a 2-shot penalty. So if you got a choice between the two, go to the less penalized place, and then when there's nothing there, obviously aim to the left or right accordingly. It's just a way to keep you from making those, I think you gotta get in the mindset of, it's not that I'm gonna make more birdies, it's I'm gonna make less doubles, triples, others, right? So bogey's your friend, par's the goal. I think it's like a scratch golfer only makes on average like 1.5 or 7 birdies around, and like a 10 handicap makes 1.2. So getting to scratch isn't about making 5 more birdies. It's about minimizing the damage when you hit a bad shot. All right, so we got another par 4. Just telling Genesis, I feel like all the shots look the same off the tee on this 9. It's a 9 that I've never played at this course before. So we got another driver. I think the danger is on the right because there's a shelf that falls off, but once again, there's no real rough over there, so I'm not too worried about that. So I'm gonna, tip is I'm gonna tee up on the right side of the tee box. And it seems like the fade's been better, as Genesis told me on the last one. So I'm going to aim a little left of the, probably like 10 yards left of the 150 stake and try and cut it back in. Should put me in the fairway somewhere up there. All right, so further left than I'd hope, but the one thing I also forgot to mention is on the left side, it slopes hard left to right, so hopefully gravity will kick it back towards the fairway. But we're gonna be in pretty good shape, I think. All right, so we got 134. There's trouble short and trouble left, and then there's another bunker right, but it's further away from where the pin is. So if I was just checking this out, I would say, I wanna aim a little left of the pin, make sure I hit it, roughly 140-ish, give myself a few extra yards. Actually, check that. The bunker to the right is deeper than probably what I would hit 140. Looks like it starts about 150-ish. So I'm gonna aim a little right of the pin, and it'll leave me some more room for error if I miss and be able to get up and down for par. Oh, it's right at it, man. Oh, it's deep. It flew to about where it is. I think it might have landed on the back edge of the green and then rolled over a little bit. All things considered though, the goal is par. That's what you got to get your mindset in is, I'm not trying to make birdie every hole, I'm trying to make par every hole. If I can't make par, make bogey. There's the formula. All right, so we hit a good shot just right of the pin and then it just flew too far. So we got a long putt. Well, I'm gonna putt it. It's just all in the collar. Right to left a little bit, and then at the top of that hill, it's gonna come back to the right. I think I'm gonna just aim a little bit right of the pin. See if we can't get it within gimme range. There we go. Gimme range. Stress-free, my man. And as far as the tip goes about putting, If you look at all the stroke gains metrics, what you really want to be working on is getting your distance control on the long ones and then getting really good at inside 8 to 10 feet. Pros don't make a lot of putts outside of 8 to 10 feet. The percentages go down precipitatively as you get further out. So tighten up the ones inside 8 to 10 feet and get your speed right. Now that'll help you break 90 as well. Less 3 putts, ones that are actually makeable. All right, so we got a par 5. I think this one sets up perfectly for the fade, and that's been working the best today, so we'll stick with that. I'm not sure of the yardage, but I think we should be able to get down in 2 potentially if we had 2 good shots, so let's see what happens. Kool-Aid. Just kick right a little. Oh yeah, I carried that bunker. That's for you, Grayson. I used to do that when I hit a good drive, and Grayson would get so mad when he's like 6, 7. All right, so we hit a good drive. We got like 185 to the pin, which is right on the edge of my 6-iron if I really flush it. So I'm gonna take 1 extra club, a 5-iron, bunch of danger once again up by the green on the left and short. So I'm gonna aim a good like 185. I'll aim about 20 feet to the right of the pin. And as you can see up there, no bunkers. I should have a favorable chip shot. Get up and down for birdie, but let's see if we can't get it on the green and get an eagle putt. It's gonna be deep. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid on the green. That was exactly where I was lined up, man. Pays off to pick a good aim point. I think we're making eagle here. What do we call this? Like, can't say tweet, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, I think. And I don't do this, I go.
These are the
Like,
caw-caw,
these are
and
the
they just
claws.
walk away.
Caw-caw, and like walk away.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can make some TV magic. So we got about a 15 foot putt that's gonna sweep pretty hard right to left, but it's for eagle. No! Needed to hit it just a tad harder. But now this is the favorite one. What is this, Genesis? A stress-free
Oh, tweet.
tweet, motherfucker. Tweet, motherfucker. Genesis, you could make this one for me. You've never even hit a putt, have you?
Never in my life.
Tweet, motherfucker. All right.
That's 4 birdies, right?
That's 4 birdies. Making 1 a 9 is pretty good. I'm not dissatisfied if I make 1 a 9, but 4, I can get into that. I think I need to stop making so many bogeys. The one good thing though, there haven't been any double bogeys. Do what you preach, don't make double bogeys and others, and you're gonna have like scores in the 80s and 70s most likely. So play smart, not dumb. 9th hole. Think I'm 2 over for the day, but once again, Jen will take care of that in the editing as we put the score up on every hole. But so 178, gonna hit a 6-iron, kind of a similar shot to the last hole where there's danger once again. That bunker looks like it's about a 20 to 25 foot rise, so I do not want to be in that bunker. I'm gonna aim kind of halfway between the edge of the green on the right and where the pin is. So I'll split the difference, and then if I draw it a little bit or pull it a little bit, it might be right on line. So got a 6-iron, 178. Let's see what we do. Oh, it stopped hooking. Oh my God, that's deep. All right, so I did learn something from the last one like this. It's gonna peel back off to the right, so I'm gonna aim more on the left side, but it's also gonna go a little left. So I might just kind of start out at the pin knowing that it'll be like a foot left and then it'll curl back to the right. But once again, this is a total speed thing. If you're realistic where I'm at, like you can't see the undulation, but I gotta go up and then it goes downhill all the way to the hole for the last like 15 feet. Anywhere within 5 feet is a really good putt. If I end up 3-putting, it's not the end of the world, but we're gonna try not to do that. Oh, go ball. Come on. It's still going. Oh, look at that. I thought it was gonna stay up on the back side of All right, maybe it didn't roll out as much as I thought. All right, we should have been more rewarded on our shot, but oh, almost missed it. All right, so that was a bogey. I hit such a good shot. I feel like that's unfair, Jen, but anyway. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I gave you enough tips. Comment, subscribe, tell us what you like, give us some feedback. Happy to do the kind of content that y'all enjoy. Once again, I think the overall premise is, you know, pick favorable targets that you're aiming at. Seems like a small thing, but it helps a ton. I think I must have said, what, 4 or 5 times I'm aiming away from bunkers and didn't go in one the whole day, did I? It was a pretty good ball striking day though, so I hit it pretty good. We just like doing these videos and getting the word out about SwingWise. So if you have any feedback, we'd greatly appreciate it, and tell us what you like, don't like, and we'll try to make what you want. So hope you learned a few things. See you in the next one.